Good evening and welcome to DETV News, your trusted news source. I'm Lauren Wilson. And topping the news tonight, the history and social studies curriculum is about to experience some changes as educators and state officials work to create a Black history curriculum for students across Delaware. DETV's Kaylin Pride has that story.
Since 1976, Black History Month has been dedicated to the celebration of achievements by African Americans and a time for recognizing their role in U.S. history. Black History Month is also a time where teachers across the country prepare lessons and highlight pivotal events and figures such as Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Frederick Douglass, and Malcolm X. But as a first state, Delaware has set the tone and become the first to infuse Black history into all aspects of the curriculum.
And I'm super proud that my colleagues, those who voted for this, had the wherewithal to want to not only be first, but to do it right.
In May of 2021, Governor John Carney signed House Bill 198, a legislation that requires each school district and charter school serving K-12 students in the state of Delaware to provide instruction on Black history as part of the educational programming.
Students need to see themselves in the curriculum. And so one of the things that they struggled with was there were populations of students that did not see themselves in their educational experience. And so that is one of the pieces that we're really working hard to ensure that occurs.
Delaware State Representative Sherry Dorsey Walker, who is the sponsor of the bill, says that Delaware teachers, the State Social Studies Coalition, and the Department of Education experts are currently creating a curriculum that will include contributions that Black individuals have made to American society, culture, art, economics, and politics.
Cell phone was created by a Black man, Jesse M. Russell. We talk about science. Garrett A. Morgan created the traffic light, as well as back then what was known as the gas insulator, but we call it life support today. Katherine Johnson, first Black woman to work at NASA. Why have this? Because our children need to know that they're descendants of kings and queens.
Dr. Gantz says that students and faculty will determine the success of it by giving feedback, and the curriculum will begin in the fall of 2022. With DETV, I'm Kaylin Pride.
During the last week of Black History Month, the governor hosted a panel discussion on Delaware's racial history and education. This week's panelists included Bradley Sketchler, a professor of history at Delaware State University, and Dr. Reba Hollingsworth from Delaware Heritage Commission. The discussion was live streamed on the Governor Carney's Facebook and YouTube page, and on Wednesday, the forum was part of a series of discussions in partnership with the Delaware Heritage Commission. Previous discussions this month included the African burial ground at the John Dickinson Plantation and history of Juneteenth. In other news, major funds for 9 libraries across the state have been announced, making this a great win for those who love to read. Governor Carney announced $40 million in American Rescue Plan Act funding will be distributed to the libraries in all 3 counties. The investments funded by the ARPA Capital Relief Fund was championed by Delaware's congressional delegation. The Newark Public Library, North Wilmington Library, the Rehoboth Beach Public Library are just a few that will receive the funds for new construction and improvements. Well, it's been pretty warm these past few days. Let's see if that nice weather will continue. Here's Shakara with the forecast.
Hey, Lauren, it doesn't look like that nice weather will continue tomorrow. It looks like we'll be seeing a lot of rain on Friday with a high of 51 degrees. Now, over the weekend, we'll be seeing some sun and maybe the weather will be nice again. Stay tuned to DETV every week to find out what the weather will look like for the weekend to come. Back to you, Lauren.
Good news for Delaware. As the state, Delaware is well known for having no statewide sales tax, but we might be known for another great attribute. According to a report from Wallet.com, Delaware ranks as the 6th lowest in property taxes. These lower costs of home ownerships result in 75% of the state's households owning their own homes. Over the last decade, Delaware also has the fastest growing population among the Northeast. Delaware is located at the center of the United States' largest consumer market. Its location and presence of a diverse industrial base combined to create a wide variety of business and earning opportunities. These attributes, along with its business-friendly tax structure, makes Delaware one of the most affordable states for businesses and workers looking to move to Delaware. After over 3 decades of service, a Wilmington police lieutenant finally got the celebration she deserved. Lieutenant Amy Demkowski Lasko retired from the Wilmington Police Department after 33 years of service. Many, including Mayor Mike Przicki, attended the retiree's celebration and gave best wishes on her next chapter.
So those that are in this calling, the thing we call police work, the men and women of the Wilmington Police Department, it's a life of service. A life of service, not only for you, but for your family. Because without our families helping us through this journey, and I believe it's 32 years, Amy? 33. She's going to correct me. So Amy and I have that fun. We can go back and forth. So 33 years for Amy, over 3 decades. And you know what? Life of service. You've certainly done that. You certainly deserve this walkout.
I could not be more honored today than everyone that has come out to support me. My family, my friends, fellow officers, staff, community members that I've met along the way. I'm humbled, actually, right now. I'm very humbled.
The Food Bank of Delaware held its monthly drive-through distribution. About 1,000 households have been served through this month's drive-through, and the Food Bank has hosted hundreds of drive-throughs since the pandemic started. Food insecurity has become a serious issue in our state, and the communications director for the Food Bank says Delaware has many families that are still struggling.
As I was driving in today, I saw that gas was $3.61 a gallon. So food prices are increasing. So families who are living on limited budgets are really feeling the pinch.
To find out more about food distribution in Delaware, go to fbd.org. And speaking of distributions, the Delaware Humane Association hosted a pop-up pet food pantry in Wilmington. Volunteers helped give out bags of food on Friday, and many other organizations, such as the Delaware Department of Justice, Piece by Piece, and the Division of Public Health, also participated by giving away goods such as snacks, clothes, and even a large donation of Pampers for those with children. And lastly, tonight, DETV featured a special celebrity guest on our morning show this week. Actress Pam Grier, best known for her portrayal in films such as Foxy Brown, visited Wilmington as the final guest of the Living Legends series for Black History Month at the Wilmington Public Library. Here's a quick look at her interview.
How you doing?
Applause, 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 applause.
All right, we got all right.
Thank you. Thank you. I am honored to be here and share my gifts with you, and thank you for the invitation. It's just extraordinary.
No, thank you. It's you know what? You've meant so much to a lot of people and paved the way for a lot of people, including myself here on TV.
I did?
Come on, you better stop. Come on.
What did I do for you?
Look, you know what? You kicked that door down, you know?
Oh, my gosh.
You kicked it down for a lot of people.
Oh, we had to because the door was there.
Right.
Thanks for watching DETV News. I'm Lauren Wilson. Be sure to check us out across social media. Stay well, and we'll see you next time.